Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to be here today. We're just doing a little bit of tarot reading, having a little fun, doing a little chit chat, getting to know each other. Excuse me, all that good stuff. Right now, I'm just clearing my deck of cards for this live stream so that it's ready to go to work for whoever ends up walking in the door. This isn't scheduled, so I am killing a little bit of time here until people do get a chance to see that I'm live and walk in the door. Like to do that sometimes. Boo ba da doo 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 boo ba da doo doo doo. 78 cards never seems like a big deck until you're trying to clear the deck. And then it just goes on forever. I am using the Hush Tarot today. I really do like the artwork on it. The person who came up with it is a little bit more fascinated with skulls than I personally am, but the colors are very pretty and a lot of the other pictures are really great. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever is putting them. I appreciate that so much. We're going to start with our best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours. Cheryl Ford, hello, hello. Weren't you just on the YouTube? Oh, maybe not. I might be getting confused. All right, let's see. What is our best advice over the next 24 hours for or I was meant to say, weren't you just on the Facebook? For our YouTube viewers, next best advice over the next 24 hours. Interesting. It looks like we're in some kind of process. We have the Knight of Swords showing up here. So, first of all, this talks about digging for information. So, whatever we're trying to accomplish, we want to make sure we do our due diligence, read between the lines, or I mean, read the fine lines, maybe read between the lines too, but do our due diligence, digging for information. Ten of Wands talks about getting prepared, preparing for whatever this is that we want to accomplish. And the other thing is prepare for the High Priestess in reverse. Prepare for some people around you to be completely confused about what you're trying to accomplish. So you may need to educate people on what this is that we're trying to get done. Okay, so that's our manifestation advice for today. Hello there, Mila, Mila, Gracie, Gracie. Thank you for reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Y'all, if you don't mind sharing this video out to the world, you know the deal. The more people here, the more fun we get to have. Love and light, love and light. That's all right. We like it. Okay, so it looks like we have, YouTube is telling me we have 3 in the room. Looks like that's in agreement with my commenting people. So I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 6. And I'm circling it right now. Whoever puts that in the chat first will be the next person I read for. Number between 1 and 6. 4 is not it. 3 is not it. You guys are on the same page. Mila and Cheryl are on the same page. 6 is not it. 2 is not it. Cheryl Ford. We had a little bit of a typo there, but 5 actually is it. And Cheryl, I think your fingers were just trying to go fast. Mila got a 5 in there too, but that was after Cheryl showed up. So let's see. Let's see who gets piggyback readings. Boop-a-da-doo-doo. So we're looking at a 5 today. Layla. Hello, hello. Glad you're here. Yes, you are. You and Cheryl and Mila and Gracie. Do we have any non-regulars here? Mila's newer, but Mila's still regular. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate that. If there's anybody who did not put a thumbs up on the video or share it out to the world yet, please rectify that situation at this moment. It helps me a lot. All right, so let's see here. Cheryl, message from Spirit. I'm assuming that's what you want. Yes, that is what you want. Okay, good. Everybody else, look and see if you got a piggyback message off of Cheryl's message. Aw, thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. All right, let's see what we have. I'm trying to grow my subscribership on this new um, channel. I've got like 132 so far. So there's a lot of growing that still needs to happen. Help as many people as possible. All right, let's take a peek here from Miss Cheryl's message. We start off with the Page of Wands. We like this. That's a very positive message. Ooh, covered by the Fool. Yeah, man, you are on fire, Cheryl. Woohoo! This is a fantastic start. We like it. Now, you guys remember this can be past, present, or future. I talk like it's present because it's on the table in front of me right now. For me, it's present. Now, Cheryl, with that Page of Wands, this tells me that there is something that you feel enthusiastic about doing, about moving forward with, but you were kind of waiting a little bit for a green light from somebody else. That Page of Wands says that green light is happening. Woohoo! We love it. And it's covered by the Fool, which says this green light allows you to begin something as a leap of faith, not knowing where it's going to take you, but just knowing that you know that you know that you know that you know that this is what you want to do. Okay. This just feels right. All right. So I don't know. I mean, this could be something as simple as, I want to start a quilt, but I need somebody to help me run to the store and pick up fabric for it, or some kind of project. Or this could be, I want to buy a house, but I got to get my husband to sign on to the idea. Could be all kinds of things. I could spend all day talking about examples. But anyway, now let's look next at your best advice or heads up around this. Oh, this is interesting. Eight of Wands, be quiet, keep it on the down low. Shh. Put your OPSEC in place, your operational security. There are people who don't need to know about this. Usually, these are the people who try to pop the dreams. They don't need to know about the dreams until the dreams are reality and it's too late to pop them. Okay, now, Three of Pentacles in reverse. This also says, not only are we not sharing information with our dream poppers, we're also not trying to get them on board to help us with this, because then we would have to share the information. We don't want to collaborate with them on this thing that we've got in front of us. And we have the Death card coming up in reverse. The Death card in reverse just basically says, because normally I would call it transition. People call it death. Makes it sound so dramatic. I'm sure a Leo came up with that for the tarot cards. We've got to have the dramatic name. But anyway, so we have a transition card in reverse. This means we're not making a transition. This means we're not changing our opinion. We're not changing our track of action. This means we are holding our ground when this card comes up. And this is the advice. So, very interesting here. Whatever this idea is that has you all fired up, there be some haters around me, or at least some doubters. Don't be sharing that information with them. Don't be trying to get them to collaborate and come on board before this thing is fully matured and they can't junk it up. Okay. And hold your ground. In other words, keep moving forward with it, even if you can't tell anybody about it yet. Keep moving forward with this idea anyway, until it's beyond them being able to pop the bubble. It's got to be more than a bubble. All right. I hope that makes sense for you, my dear. All right. Let's see. What time is it? I've got a Reiki session I have to do at 2, so I have to stop before 2. You're quite welcome. Quite welcome. I would ask you what you're starting as a leap of faith, but obviously you're not supposed to share that. All right, at least not here in public. Okay, so let's see. We have how many in the room? 5. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 10. And I've got it written down and circled. Whoever puts that number in the chat first is going to be the next person I read for today. Mila, how did you do that? Straight up off the bat. Mila got it. Mila, do you have a specific question for me today, or do you want a message from Spirit? Also, remind me, where are you watching from, Mila? How far away are you? How far away? Hmm. In Rome. Woohoo! Look at that. We've got a worldwide reach. I love it. Okay, throw your specific question in the chat. Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. I know, right? We had somebody in here from Serbia the other day too. That person also subscribed to the channel, so I'm expecting to see them again as well. I don't know. What time is it in Serbia? We should look at that. Hang on. I see your question, but I want to find this out. Boop, boop, doo, doo, doo. What time is it in Serbia right now? They might be sleeping. 9:22 p.m. They're probably putting kids to bed or something like that. Interesting. All right, you never know what we're going to talk about in this chat. All right, so here's my question. 5:30. Oh my goodness, you're an early riser. Ms. Layla. All right, so Mila. Oh, so it's about the same time as Serbia. That's interesting. Did not know that. Oh, what beautiful things are coming for me and Michelle. Hmm. Mila. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's talk. Let's talk. I do like the I got distracted reading this other stuff. Your hands were in water. Okay, so yes, let's talk about your question. So, do you know what a leading question is, Mila? Have you ever heard of a leading question? Okay. So, a leading question is when you ask a question that sort of leads somebody to a certain answer. Like you might do that if you were trying to sell somebody an expensive shirt or something and you got a commission off the sale. You might say something like, "Don't you think this shirt would just be perfect for your partner?" That leads them to think, maybe. How about we ask? Because I don't like to ask spirit a leading question because I feel like that kind of limits spirit then. Like they might have something to tell us that, maybe is not in the direction that we're leading them. And I want to leave the door open for them to tell us what we need to know, really, around whatever topic we're going to ask about. So I'm going to look at the next. I'm debating if I want to do 3 months or 6 months for you and for your person. Okay. Show me the next 5 months for Mila and Michelle. Show me what the next 5 months look like. General overall energy for Mila and Michelle. Let's take a peek. And by the way, guys, if you think that I'm on the nose with these little 5-card readings, you definitely want to get a half an hour with me because I will knock your socks off. It'll just be me and you, and we'll focus only on your stuff. All right, so definitely in and out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right. Well, let's start with this. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is communication. Came up like this, though, came up in reverse, which says communication is really slow coming in and slow going out. Slow communication. Now, here we've got that the slow communication is a trigger for you. Like whenever this slow communication happens, this makes you um, anxious, basically, and upset and on edge whenever communication is slowing down because then you're just fearing the worst. Like, okay, what's going on? Did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Is he seeing 15 other women? What is happening here? Okay. So this slowed down communication kind of triggers you and it triggers you into this place that doesn't feel so good. It's not healthy with that devil card coming up. Okay. So I'm going to clarify this card actually, but we've got the hanged man next and he's in reverse. And for me, the hanged man is breaking free from all that overthinking. He's looking at things, but he's looking at things from every angle and calmly. And then whenever he comes up in reverse, he's figured out what he's going to do with this situation and he knows how he's going to move forward. So he's breaking free from that paralysis that he was sort of holding himself in as he thought things over. Let me see a little bit about what are you breaking free to? Hmm. Well, I don't really like this. So I think this breaking free is coming up because, right? Well, I think this breaking free is coming up because I think you're hearing from him again. I'm really reading between the lines here and all of that good stuff, calling on my psychic abilities more than the cards, or at least as much as the cards on this one. Because we've got this 5 of Pentacles that comes up that says, I feel like I'm kind of pushed out on the edge. I'm like just at the fringes of this person's life. This feels like a long-term thing. Like long term, I'm at the fringes of this person's life. And long term, I'm thinking and overthinking. So this basically says that what you're breaking free towards is this idea of the continued thinking and overthinking and being anxious and really being triggered. So this tells me that you get really triggered about this. You hear from him again, and then you decide, oh, everything is good in fairy tale land now. I'll stick around and see what happens next. I'll keep myself invested in this relationship. All right. I know. I know. But you're already kind of hooked in, even though you haven't met. And I'm gonna tell you, the love of my life, we didn't meet for 5 months, we just talked online every night. So, you can get really attached even with just talking. So, let's not try to pretend that you're not here because you obviously are. Now, 2 of Wands. This says you have a choice in front of you, and that choice can go either way. Either choice is a good choice, but you're going into a choice that you feel like you're forced into. And I think this is the idea that you feel like you're forced into sticking around whenever you hear from him again because and keeping yourself miserable is part of the side effects of that because of some kind of idea that, well, this may be the one. This may be what I want. So I can't let go of that. That's how that comes across to me. And so this is really, I feel really sad for this, honestly. Dang it. Okay, here's what I think happens. What did we say? 3 months or 6 months? We said 5 months. So at 5 months out, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. When the Wheel of Fortune turns, everything turns. The cycle turns, the page turns, the phase of life that you're in turns, okay? So when this Wheel of Fortune comes along, then this talks about everything changing, something turns. Well, why does it turn? What's turning? What's turning at that point is we see the X make an appearance in his life again. I don't know if it's the same X that you know about or a different one, but it's an X. And we have a Justice card showing up in reverse, which basically says, I am reversing my divorce or reversing my breakup, and I want to get back together. And with the Ten of Wands, this talks about that you're not prepared for this, and that any kind of responsibilities that were towards you or that you had towards him, that those just get dropped. With the Ten of Wands in reverse, this is dropping any kind of responsibilities or accountabilities. So it may be that the ex comes back, one of the exes, he gets back together with them, and then this person just disappears. It may be that he doesn't even say anything to you when this happens. Now, here's the thing about having a spread like this or having a reading like this. You get to decide, what are you going to do with your energy and your efforts? If you know that that's the outcome the way it sits right now, do you want to walk through that, or do you want to invest somewhere else? It's your choice. Sorry, honey bunny. All right, let's see here. We've got 4 people in the room. I think I'm going to do one more reading before I get ready for my Reiki session. Number between 1 and 8. Guys, I don't candy coat things. If you're looking for candy coating, I'm not the girl, as you just saw there. Number between 1 and 8. If what you want's the real deal, then that's what you want to ask about. If you're not sure you're ready for the answers to the questions, please don't put them in my chat. 4 is not it, Gracie. 8 is not it. And by the way, Mila, I'm not trying to say that you were asking a question you weren't ready for the answer for. I'm just trying to give people a heads up in a warning because I never say that, but it's true. Okay, so let's see. 3 is not it. 2 is not it. 3 is not it still. I just can't do candy coating. I don't think it helps y'all. 1 is not it, and I'm here to help y'all. 5 is not it. 7 is not it. 7 is still not it. You guys are on the same wavelength, though. 6 for Layla. Gran was right behind her. Okay, so officially this is Layla's. We'll see who all gets a piggyback rating. Layla. Do you have a specific question for me today, honey bunny, or do you want a message from Spirit? If you want a specific question, go ahead and put that in chat. If you want a message from Spirit, let me know. Let me know. Okay. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna have to bump this up so you guys know I'm just gonna put my website in here to bump this up. Hakeem, hello, hello. She's one tough cookie. Respect, man. She's gonna make you respect her. Hello there, H. All right, so this is for Layla right now. House repairs are never ending. Every time I fix something, other things come up. Will these end? House repairs are never. Is this just a phase? Layla wants to know. Is this just the house repairs phase in life? What is your fourth house, actually, Layla? Tell me what's your fourth house. Do you know? What's your fourth house? Oh, I just messed up the wording on that. I just said, will your unending house repairs never end? Two negatives make a positive. That would make it hard to read. All right, let's see. Will the lineup of house repairs come to an end for Layla? You're a Virgo. Do you know your rising? What's your rising sign, honey? Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. You don't know your rising. So your fourth house is in, or if we go with your sun sign as being your ascendant, and that is Virgo, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So your fourth house would be Sagittarius. What's happening in Sagittarius right now? Excuse me while I check this out real quick. We're going to find out what's going on with your house repairs astrologically. But you have to give me a second. I want to see the current planets in Sag are. So for the collective right now, the ascendant is in Sagittarius, which means, with that being your fourth house, so that means a few things actually. Let me get back over to my camera. So the ascendant talks about what are we reaching for? What are we striving for? Okay. So where are we making changes? Where are we growing? Where are we expanding? Where are we updating? Where are we upgrading? Where are we becoming current? Okay. And that's your fourth house. So that's going to be what you're focused on for a little bit, actually, until the ascendant moves through all 30 degrees of that sign. And right now, where is it sitting? It's right at the beginning of it. So this is probably going to go on a little longer. I'm not sure how fast the ascendant and the descendant actually move, but we don't have any other planets in Sagittarius right now. The other thing that's going to be with Sagittarius being your fourth house, you're going to you may be living away from your birth home, or you may have a lot of decorations that remind you of foreign things. So you may have a lot of things that come from foreign places or that remind you of foreign places in your house. And with that being the ascendant, you may be bringing in more of that too, besides making repairs. All right. It's been all year. If it's been all year, then maybe you're almost to the end of it. Let me see if I can just Google really quickly, how fast does the ascendant move through a sign? Every 2, ascendant changes. That doesn't make sense. Oh, so the ascendant changes every 2 hours. So that's a very quick transit. That wouldn't have anything to do with this. So this would be more about the idea that just Sagittarius in general talks about like long distance things, things that are deeper. So also, if we're looking at long distance, this is probably is something that's going to last for a while. It's interesting that that fourth house is open with no planets in it, because when I see a house open, to me that says, oh, I get to write that story however I want it. So you can make your home look or be however you want it to be. All right, so let's look at what the cards have to say about it. The cards talk about upgrading stability and security. Obviously, doing repairs on a home does that. Temperance talks about having patience with upgrading stability and security. The Knight of Wands says it does feel like you're putting out a whole bunch of fires all at the same time. King of Cups says, ooh, I really don't like this. And the Ten of Wands says that really this gets everything prepared. You're preparing things. So Ten of Wands is like the end of the Wands numbers. So eventually, yes, it will come to an end, but it also implies that whenever it does come to an end, that this is something that you feel like you have that stability and the security. You may even end up deciding, you know what, time for me to sell it. This place is in good enough shape, I can get a lot of money for it right now. All right. Okay. So it's time for me to get out of here because I have to get ready for a Reiki session for somebody. Thank you guys very much for keeping me company. If you're not subscribed and you want to catch more live streams like this, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification button so that you have a chance to catch me when I'm live and get a chance maybe to ask your questions and get them answered, hopefully. And yeah, once again, thank you guys for being here. Everybody have a fantastic day. Peace out.